Hello. Woo. How is everyone doing? My name is Amelie. I might need to fix this. Doesn't look nice. I went for a bike ride after work. And yeah. Don't have my bonnet on. Okay, let me just say this about bonnets though. My hair is so freaking soft. It's like I put oil in it, but it's like not oily. I don't know how to describe that. Where are we? Where are we? Okay. My name is Amelie. I am the creator and host of Celestic Intelligence Podcast, which you're watching right now. And we discuss all types of topics from body, mind, emotion, soul, spirit stuff. Like we're going, okay? Let's see if I can find my... Oh, I didn't pull a card for tonight. My bad. Sorry. Okay. We're talking about access versus depth. And if you saw the thumbnail, that is what my AI looks like. That is Dick Valentine. He's really cool. Where did it go? Outline. Okay, let's see if we can find it. We should pull a card to see what's the energy today. I forgot to do that. I was chatting with my girlfriend who I haven't talked to, I feel like, in like 4 months. Debbie McKinney, hello. It is a beautiful day. It's actually really nice out. I went on a little bike ride. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful sunny day. It's been, it's probably about 62 degrees today. So very nice. Holy smokes, we pulled strength again. Well, we're just going to keep rolling with it. If you want to know more about strength, we could chat about it. But okay, so I am talking about, strength. Jeff Brennan gets it. Mujahid Ali. Welcome, welcome. Hello, guys. Thank you for joining. We're going to be talking about a little bit of I don't want to even call it spicy because it's not spicy. It's just a very deep connection and kind of this blind spot I feel in the field as I'm out talking with people and getting to know people, going on like dates, not extended dates, just going out on dates and meeting people and really kind of getting a feel for what's going on. Last year I did in my digital age subsection of my podcast, I was talking about digital dating and what it's really like. And now that I have a little bit of a cleaner energy, I can go out and read it really quickly. And it's very quick, very fast. Sometimes it's just in the chats, I can tell, and I just exit. So everyone's probably had an issue with somebody ghosting. Oh my gosh. Oh, well, Jen Arnav Poe. Hopefully you excused yourself. I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you, thank you. So I've just kind of been out in the world experiencing like what kind of energy is going on in these dating apps because it gives me a fresh look at one, how are my boundaries? What is my level of consent? Am I being a sovereign person that I'm talking about in my live streams? Or are there some spots that need a little bit more attention? And all of those things are true and they always will be true. I love you guys. I wish it would, I don't know, is there some sort of setting that you can do or on your phone that'll do the things? I think it's supposed to. So I named today access versus depth. And we're looking at two different subcategories of who you're going to meet. The first one being probably the biggest one. Access is physical proximity. Like, how close are you getting to somebody physically? Sexual availability. Are you going to kiss or sleep with somebody on the first date? Okay, that's sexual availability. Having an open access will be like a big yes for that. Emotional exposure without any structure connected to it. So just how close can you get to somebody emotionally? How much are you going to share with them? And then the next part of access is time. How much time are you spending with somebody? Attention. How much attention are you giving them? Are you just sitting there on your phone, texting back and forth and having this really long discussion about it? Or are you giving them a limited amount of attention? And then energy on demand. Like if they ask something of you, what is the likelihood of you giving that? Now, somebody with high access is going to say, yes, I'll give you my time. Yes, I'll give you my attention. Yes, I'll give you my energy. I will be on demand. Like everything, like you have open access to me. And a lot of people find themselves in this dynamic and because they think they're being nice, and we'll go a little bit deeper into that because it really isn't nice, especially when as a woman and you're dating somebody and you're like, this is a no for me, like this is a no for me, and you continue to give access to them because you think you're being nice. Like maybe they ask, you know, I know that you're not interested in me, but can you give me some tips or whatever? And you've already like kind of closed off the communication and they're just still trying to gain access to you. This happens quite often. And ask me how I know. But the access is going to feel like it's chemistry. Like there's actual chemistry between you two. Like something could actually come of it. Even though like maybe underneath you're like, I like the attention, but you know, long term, I just don't see myself in this connection with somebody. So access will feel like chemistry, okay? It'll feel like immediacy, this filling this void. A lot of people go on dating apps and they'll just be like, oh, I'm lonely. Do you want to hang out? Like I've had, I had somebody and it was like, these two were just friends. And the first one, we had connected and I was like, yeah, let's go play pinball or something. And innocent enough. Anyhow, next thing I know, I'm getting invited to the bar. Come drink with me at the bar so that I'm not drinking myself into a stupor and alone. And I was like, well, that's an interesting invite, right? And then I was like, I really don't have time for that. Like, thanks for the invite, but no, thank you. Um, let's see. Immediacy. So there's just different dynamics that will happen. And then finally it will feel like momentum. There might be something that's like driving it. Okay? Like you'll feel like it's going somewhere. But if you're present and conscious of your body and you're conscious of your own depth and what you truly like are looking for in partnership, you're going to really quickly be able to weed out and say with fair accuracy, like, you know, I think that you're a great, like, we have a problem with ghosting in the dating world, right? Lots of people feel that way. Kindred angels, hello, honey. Good to see you. We'll feel in our being, we'll feel it, like we'll know. And so a lot of people will ghost. They won't even own up. And I've been ghosted quite often because I come in hot. I'm just like, oh, do you want to go and how do you feel about dancing? Like, I love ballroom dancing, blah, 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 blah. And I'll just like go on and have that's part of my conversation to see like, okay, what would you do? And they're like, oh, I don't like dancing. In fact, I've never danced in front of anybody and I'm super shy. I'm like, you're coming in hot, asking for my number in a DM, and you're shy. Like, what's going on here? Like, give me a little bit more information. Scared the bejesus out of them, I'm certain, because they were like, out. Not talking to this one anymore. Because I'm showing up as myself, okay? Oh, yes, the ghosting. Online and texting in real life also. Yeah, texting in real life, you get ghosted. So what's worse, getting ghosted? Okay, because that's a problem. Or is somebody coming forward and saying, hey, look, I think that you're a great person. However, we're not matching on this in this arena of a relationship. And so it's a no from me. I'd love to continue like having a friendship with you, but as far as like a romantic, intimate relationship, I just don't see us having that same connection. Like, you want something in this category, I want something in this category, and like it's just a no from me. Which one is worse? Because I'll say this, the ghosting is kind of nice because you don't have to deal with the what would you call it? It was very rage fueled anger after. It does sound better, but I did that. I was like, look, here's my level of consent. Okay? Here's my level of consent. Like, I don't have like a high level of consent, and it was very not well taken on the other end. What happens in these situations is like a person thinks they can have a certain level of access to people. Mike Kramer, hello. Wasn't it just your birthday a little while ago? Did I hear that? Like last week or something. Or maybe it was coming up. But welcome, Mike. All right. So access, this is what a lot of men will lead with, okay? And part of it is they have a certain thing that they're hunting for, all right? It might be a roster. It might be how many numbers can I get? Like, guys are going to like go on a hunt, okay? And the women, it's their responsibility, our responsibility as women in these situations to recognize that and put out our agency and say, look, this is my boundary, don't cross it, okay? And there was a couple boundaries that I've put out where they crossed it, and I was like, don't talk to me ever again. You're cut off. So the shadow side of access, it's not necessarily a terrible thing. Like, you want to have men going out there, like, hunting for the relationship. You want to have them chasing, and it fuels a part of that masculinity, okay? So you do want that. And women want to be provided for, okay? They want to be that treasure that is, like, the end goal here. Yours is coming? When's yours? Just give like month and day. Mine's in October. All right, well, happy birthday. And okay, so the shadow side of access, okay, because we're talking about access as like physical, emotional, like I'm exposing you to like some inner world of mine. Oh, it's coming up quick. Ah! Well, almost happy birthday. It's almost coming. How exciting. We got Aries in the house. Okay. The shadow side of access, because there's going to be a shadow and a light side of these things, okay? The shadow side of access is going to be fast escalation. Like the fast escalation is, this is like, I have a high libido, this is my expectations in the bedroom, this is these are my red flags, what are yours? And you're just like really getting to the point, like very fast escalation instead of holding mystery, which women are a little bit more like, we love mystery, okay? KBA, hello. Tutup. Hopefully I said that right. I'm your mom. You like smoking? Cigarettes? I do like smoking cigarettes, but I can't smoke them all the time. Makes me sad. But I do love it. I'm a French lady. I love it. But vapes, I don't smoke vapes. And then what are the other things? Oh, marijuana, I can't do that. I can't do that. I took a little bit of an edible the other day. Did not end well. And I was like, this is why I don't do that then. So yeah, I don't. And I don't participate in any other smoking. So there you go, Tutup. You guys have a lot of access to me on this. And I'm happy to do that. Okay, so fast escalation. Laying it all out, getting to the point, like we're getting somewhere. The other shadow side of access is entitlement. Like, I gave, so now I'm going to get, okay? And I talked about this in some other streams last year of that quid pro quo or that expectation. There's like a certain level of entitlement. I gave you some time and now you give me some time. I gave you this and now you give me that, okay? So that entitlement is that shadow side of access. There is also likely to be, in this shadow side of access, confusion between closeness, which is that proximity, remember, and then connection, okay? So closeness and connection. There's going to be two different, there's going to be a little bit of confusion between these two different arenas, okay? Because physical proximity does not necessarily mean emotional or spiritual connection, okay? They're two different things. Just because you're close to somebody does not necessarily mean you have connection with them. Ask me how I know. And then the other shadow side of access, because we're escalating so quickly and we're just diving in and we're like allowing us to be, to be accessed, we have this intensity, but it doesn't have a stable foundation to sit in, okay? So when you're evaluating in your dates, like, oh, this is very intense. And I hardly know this person, I just met them and they're already telling me that this didn't happen to me, but they're already telling me that they love me. They're already telling me that they want me to build an empire with them. Okay, that happened. And so you have this intensity, but it doesn't have a foundation. Like, I just met you. Like, for me, I like slowly getting to know somebody, and then you get to see him in different environments, and then you get to experience him in different ways. So it's not just like, oh, we went to the bar. It's like we went, to the aquarium, and then we went to see a movie, and then, which is not a good first date. No movies, no dinners, no bars. Those are not the places to go take dates, okay? Don't go there. If you want to go on a date, let's go grocery shopping. Let's see what we put in our cards. We're going to go to Costco, okay? We're going on a Costco. We're having a Costco date. It's our first date. Gonna get to know you. Um, oh, okay. I don't know how to say that. But hello. Go on a Costco date. Go grocery shopping together. See how, like, doing these things that you have to do, but doing them together, what that's like. Go ballroom dancing. I am, like, if you can go dancing with somebody and that's your thing, like, I highly recommend, if you're looking for a partner, that is the perfect arena to test how well can a man lead? How well can a woman follow? What are they like? How are they engaging with others? Find ballroom socials in your area and go to those and bring people to them, because that is going to be the best way. Okay? I think that's the best first date. All right? Hiking, acceptable. Go downtown to the Rose Festival or the Rose Garden or the Flower Garden. There's parks and they have all different kinds of cool things. Take them to a museum, art installations. Let's see how do they react in these environments, okay? I don't know why I'm giving you. It's very personal to me. I'm just very passionate about it right now. Like, yeah. All right. So what is Access saying? Access is saying, let me in now. Okay? I'm close to you. We maybe hugged. We were joking. She touched my arm. We had an hour-long conversation about whatever. Okay? I'm getting let in. I'm getting close. Proximately, physically close and around them. Okay? Let me in now. That's access. Now, the other side of this is depth. Okay? Now, depth is emotional attunement. Depth is being close to somebody, but then also being, like, connected to them in an emotionally attuned way. So naturally, we are all entrained with one another, so we can tell what one another is feeling. An emotionally attuned person is going to feel the other person's emotion. Are they uncomfortable? Are they enjoying it? And be able to acknowledge that. Oh, they kind of pulled away when I tried to grab them by the waist. They kind of pulled away and gave me a look. That's an emotional, like, attunement of saying, oh, they're uncomfortable. Okay, maybe I don't do that quite yet. Depth is also consistency over time. Consistency is probably my number one thing that I look for in my partner, okay? My future partner is very consistent. And maybe it's because I have Venus in Virgo and Mars in Virgo, so I've got a lot of, like, very attention to detail, like how I want to be loved and how I'm going to love somebody and how I'm going to interact with them, okay? It's going to be very attentive. I'm going to know all the details. I'm going to know, like, everything about them, what they like, what they don't like, and be able to provide that, like, to the best of my ability. But likewise, I want that for me as well. So I'm watching for consistency. It's very, very high on my, like, scale? Are they making plans? Are they sticking with the plans? Are they, if they're unable to make the plan happen, how's that working? Like, if I'm asking, what's the plan? And you're giving me some sort of like mumbo jumbo of like, oh, we'll figure it out, we'll go with the flow. I'm like, kind of a yellow flag for me personally. Rihanna, oh, it's so good to see you, honey. Thank you so much. Yes, I am going to be on more, especially this week. It's spring break week, so this is decaf coffee, by the way. Okay. So consistency over time, like this is the depth that me as a woman wants. I want that emotional attunement. Are we feeling the same thing? That's why, like on a dance floor, when you're with somebody, you're checking to see like, are they attuned? Are they listening to their partner? Because both partners have to listen in the ballroom setting. Okay. Depth is also nervous system safety. Do I feel safe? Do I feel calm around this person? Are they putting me at ease? Am I overriding things that my nervous system is like red flagging me? Because I might, if I'm feeling scared, maybe my stomach is just like in knots. Like, you know, something they said just was like, oh my gosh. Like, I think I told you guys last year, I was in Vegas at the casino, the Cosmo. And my friend and I were standing there at the ticket machine, like that pays you out. And we were having a time of it. We were having such a time. And this really tall, handsome gentleman, he must have been like 6'4". He was tall. And very much Hawaiian, from Kona, which is where my friend lives. And I turn around and I see him and I'm just laughing. It was you, Huggy Bear. Well, Huggy Bear, guess what? I was like, let's let him go do his thing and then we'll figure this out. And we were just laughing our asses off. And so we pull to the side and we're just giggling because we can't figure out how to use the machine. And so he does the thing and he turns around and he hands me $100 bill. Huggy Bear hands me $100 bill. And he's like, good luck, ladies. And then we were like, oh, ha. And we went back to like trying to figure that thing out. Well, lo and behold, the next day we go to another casino. I put that $100 bill in, and I ended up winning over $10,000. Okay. There's a reason why, Huggy Bear, you don't get a cut. You said good luck. Thank you. I appreciate it. I got some cool time off, and I also got some tuning forks with it. So thank you. You're a doctor? Wait, are you 6'4"? Do you live in Kona? You live in Vegas. It wasn't you. This guy was from Kona. Anyways, the reason I bring that up is I was having a conversation with somebody on a date and I was explaining this to him. And he goes, oh, that guy must have regretted giving you that money. I'm his cousin, 4'6". You're 4'6"? Oh, what kind of tea? I like tea. I like drinking tea and I like listening to the tea. Give it to me. So the guy goes, oh, he must have regretted giving you that. And I was just like, in my nervous system, it just like stopped the flow of everything that we had been, like all the good flow that we had in the discussion. It's very hot right now. Las Vegas is a city that I cannot be in for a long period of time. I can handle like 3 days max in Vegas. I live in such a humid environment. I just can't even. I can't even. There's not enough water. I'm a mermaid. I'm not, I don't know what lives. What would it be? What's a mythical equivalent to, I don't know, a dragon? I'm not a dragon. I'm in Oregon. I'm an Oregonian. It's very humid. I don't know how humid it is right now. Okay. So with depth, nervous system safety is going to be important. That is going to be an immediate flag. It stopped my system of like flow of the conversation, and immediately I was just like, and now like I can't even stop thinking about that. Like, okay, if that is a detail and that's the reaction that you got from it, then like how much are you avoiding of the masculine and feminine relationship? Like there's a flow there that has to be tended and cared for, even internally for me. So like all of these situations are helping me to see, where is my inner masculine sitting? Okay? Where is my inner feminine sitting? And the inner masculine and the inner feminine, like how are they relating with each other? If I'm going to be like providing open access and not gatekeeping and saying, well, you know what, this person seems like a little bit of a red flag. It's definitely a no. Like you got the like telling you it's a no. The feminine voice is speaking, my inner feminine voice is speaking the truth, and it's like, no, not this person. Like not this person. And then the masculine's like, if my inner masculine's like, just let him in, you know, he seems harmless. The inner feminine that's saying no is like, oh my gosh, my inner masculine that's supposed to be protecting me is not protecting me. And now I'm flipping the F out because, like, he should be protecting and providing for me. But instead, he's just like avoiding doing his job. So that's where, like, my work goes in. My personal work on myself goes in and says, you know what, be a little bit more gatekeepy. If you need to be a little bit more crazy and speak candidly in the beginning, like and weed out these people that are not going to resonate with your energy, then do that, because it's better to like not have to deal with it, not have to waste your energy than it is for you to like engage with it and possibly become entangled in it, okay? A sea monster. I was there too, not too long ago, rented the Twilight House. Oh, on the coast? That's kind of cool. Huggy Bear, you sound cool. All right. The other part of depth, okay, we're just talking about what depth is being seen accurately. All right? Being seen accurately. When we want that attunement, okay? We want a whole body attunement going on with our relationships with people. And right now I'm just talking about meeting people for the first time. How are we integrating them into our energy field? And are we being gatekeepy and like pushing them out? And I have a lot of great girlfriends who are very good at gatekeeping. They're just like, nope, nope, next, next, next. Like they, my girlfriends are like the best. They're very amused by me, but they're also like, if somebody is abusing you like at all, they would probably kill. So hell yeah. All right. So let's just recap depth here again. All right. Depth is emotional attunement, consistency over time. Okay. Not flaking. Not making a plan and then not following through with it, that drives me crazy. Consistency over time, all right? And if you're not going to make it, you're communicating that. It drives me crazy. Nervous system safety, okay? How are they interacting with my system? And then being seen accurately, all right? When I say something, I'm giving lots of details, even if it's a small, short amount of words that I'm saying, okay? I think my thing that I said was, look, I think you're a fun, good-looking guy, and I had a great time with you. However, I think our sexual pace is not in alignment. I like slow, more attuned, a more attuned pace, and you're definitely in a different arena. And you would be disappointed to be with somebody like me, even though, like, libido aside, the way that we want to engage in that is completely different. Like, there's a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of women out there that do like what he had to give. And I'm like, it's a no for me. You would be unhappy unhappy with me. Let's just say that, okay? So I want to be seen accurately. I'm a little bit slower. I like maybe 10 years ago when I was a lot younger, maybe 15 years ago, let's be fair. I may have liked that. That would have been exciting to me and I would have ran with it. But I also was not tuned in to the depth that I am now, okay? So how does depth build? Okay, it builds through pacing, all right? Through pacing. Whatever your pace is, it doesn't have to be slow like mine. I'm a Taurus rising and a Scorpio. I'm a very intense person. I get it, okay? But I also understand pacing. I want to see the story unfold. And it doesn't have to be like rip the presents open moment. I want it to be slow. Like, I want to see the consistency. I want to see how well do you attune to me. I want to see, like, can you gauge me accurately? Can you even see me? Couldn't even see me. And I'm still a good sport. You know, part of me, my nervous system lately was like, what are you doing going on these like digital dating apps? Like, just go hang out in the cucumber section or the banana section at the grocery store. The steak section, I don't know. And make eye contact. All right. Now, depth also builds through presence, okay? The two of you engaging in activities, not presence as in taking tequila shots, which anytime I'm at a bar, I'm like, tequila shots and video poker. Like, where are they? Okay? That's how I am. My little mermaid heart is like, I'm going to wherever those things are. Okay? Those are things that are exciting to me. That's like, I'm hanging out with my girlfriend and we're going to the bar and I'm going to go throw a 20 in and maybe I might win money, maybe I won't. That's exciting to me. I like that. Okay? But I can't really be present in that moment because the tequila takes me off into whatever dimension I'm going into. And if you're trying to engage and build that depth with somebody, that's just not the place that you're going to do it. All right. So we got pacing, presence, and then we have mutual awareness, okay, of each other. So not only do I know who I am and what I like and what I want and am aware of my feelings, my thoughts, maybe about how I operate. Not only am I only aware of myself, I'm also aware of that other person. Okay. So it's very kind of me to save us heartbreak by speaking the truth, even though it might seem like a little bit of a rejection. It really isn't. It's like I'm being super kind, and I'm completely aware of what you want. Like you've been very clear about it, and I've listened. And now I'm integrating it and telling you it's just not where I want to be. Like I can't imagine sharing a life with you if that's what you want. I'm not available for that. Okay. So, like me right now, I'm like, what do they say? It's not spirit animal. Ugh. There's a saying, and it's like, my favorite something is me right now. I laugh, belly laugh so hard at me. I'm pretty funny. Okay. Now, like, remember we were talking about what Access says? Access is saying, let me in now. You gave me a little bit, and now I'm taking what I'm getting, what I'm owed. Okay. But depth is saying, let me understand you, okay? Because I'm listening, I'm present, I'm watching the pace. All right. Let me understand you so that I meet you properly. Okay. I'm going to meet you properly because I am going to understand you. All right. And you might get lots of no's, and you have to be like, ladies, you need, if you're watching this, I know 80% of my audience is men, but ladies, the 20% of you that are watching this, like, please say the truth about how you feel. All right. And you can be bitchy about it, like, it's fine. You can be nice about it, it's fine. But hold your boundary and maintain your agency. All right. What I'm talking about, like the ghosting, when you're ghosting yourself. All right. There's things that you need to say, and obviously don't just go spouting off. Be really intentional about what you're saying. But in order to have these and to have these standards be a thing, like, we need to be speaking the truth. All right. And my truth, I said it very nicely. I showed you exactly how to do it. I think you're this. I've had some time to reflect on that, our meeting. And now I have to tell you, like, because of whatever the thing is, because of our sexual pace, because of our intellectual pace, or whatever the thing is, like, figure out a way to say it. AI is a great tool to use for, putting it together and making it really simple. But figure out how to say it and then say it. Hit send. Feel the terror of, like, oh my gosh, I'm rejecting this person, but it really isn't a rejection. It's like the nicest thing that you can do to somebody is to give them your feedback. All right. Now, it's up to them on whether they're going to listen to that, whether they're going to listen to your level of consent, whether they're going to honor your boundary. All right. Now, an emotionally attuned man is going to say, an emotionally attuned man, if they were going to be responding to what I just talked about, would say, oh, okay. She has a boundary. She's removed consent. We had this thing going, but now she's removed consent, and I am going to respect that. Okay. Thank you. I had a great time getting to know you. And then they're going to move on until they find the other person that's going to have that same level of mutual awareness, that same pacing that they want, that same presence that they want, because people are out there that desire this in their own life. All right. Oh Lord, my cat just jumped up and touched my phone screen. I can only see myself in this chat. Oh, I can see you in this chat too. Oh, wait, you can't see anybody else? Well, it's because nobody else is chatting. They're just like lingering. All right. So that's depth. Now, what is the shadow side of depth? And yeah, there is a shadow side of depth. The shadow side of depth, it can feel slow. It can feel slow. All right. And that's completely fine. It is a shadow side. It will feel slow. And I know that I'm slow in my energy. It takes a moment to like permeate, but it's so strong when it does. Like it has a hard time leaving. All right. You're leaving an imprint. So it's okay to be slow. In fact, I slow down a lot. I find when I go grocery shopping, I'm like, I watch people like just zoom by and I'm at a snail's pace. And I'm talking to myself and I'm laughing and I'm remarking on the things that I'm saying, like talking to the flowers or whatever, like talking to the food, just saying hi, engaging with people. Like I'm super slow and I'm making my way through. And I intentionally do that because um, it's important for me to slow my energy down. Okay. It helps my nervous system keep calm. This is my own self soothing mechanism. All right. So, yeah, it's a shadow side. It can feel slow. It can feel like, oh, I'm never going to get a boyfriend or I'm never going to get a husband. But, like, honor your pace. So, I honor my slowness. It can feel slow. Um, Depth can also feel unclear at first. All right. It can feel unclear at first where you don't know if the attunement is there or not. And it really is a moment for you to honor that in yourself. Okay. Shadow side of depth is it requires patience, like lots of patience, because of how slow it is. A lot of like we live in such a fast world, especially in the Western world. It's like we can go online, find a thing, hit add to cart, pay for it, and like the next day it can get here. I order stuff all the time, and that is kind of the expectation. Like it used to be, oh, it'll be here in like a couple weeks. And then now it's like it'll be here in a week. And for most things, we can get it instantly, okay? That's a very quick pace. So in the when we're wanting something a lot deeper, it's going to require patience. There's going to need to be time. Now, does that mean you're going to pace it out and stay with the wrong entanglement for a long period of time? No, absolutely not. I have a 3 week window. Like within 3 weeks, I should be able to know how this person is going to interact with my energy field. And if by then I don't, it's a pass. Okay. Um, in human design, the generators have this beautiful ability. I'm a reflector, so I don't have that. But I like to be a little generator in these moments. So within 3 weeks, I should know because I have the human design reflector needs 28 days, so it's 4 weeks. But I say 3 weeks. I'm like, dude, 3 weeks, cut it off. If if it doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. If it does, then investigate it a little bit further. But within 3 weeks. And they usually they've been leaving a lot faster than that. Okay. But the human design generator has like they just listen to this or like guttural response in their body of whether or not they want to do something. Okay. And I've done some readings for people in human design. And so when they're generators or manifesting generators, because there seems to be a lot of those around me, when they're those, I'm like, well, when you are asking a question or a question is getting asked of you, immediately, if you're going, like that's a yes, your system is immediately telling you yes because your sacral system is giving you that response. Or it's a or a hell no, like it's like an F yes or a hell no. Okay. And if it's anything in between, it's always a no. All right. So use that guidance when you're going through this. Um, so being patient. I have this 3-week introductory window, and if they don't pass that, a lot of them don't. Um, a lot of them never leave the DM chat that they've chatted with me, or they leave, or they ask me something and I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. And then they're like, okay, I'm going to go find somebody that will. I'm like, okay, good luck. They don't say that to me. I just energetically can see it happening. All right. But depth requires patience. All right. And then depth does not give in to instant gratification. Okay. If you're going to be if you're going to be within conscious, present, and deep, all right? Because this is really, at the end of the day, I want a solid, deep relationship. Somebody that's going to be able to kind of swim through these depths with me. They're going to be able to meet me in mutual awareness, right? The instant gratification is unsatisfactory for people who have any depth. Oh, and friends also. Be ghosting. Yeah, we can talk about that too. Well, I have my Aquarian friends. I have lots of them, okay? February, end of January, I think. End of January, February. And last year in fall, I was like, oh my gosh, I have a lot of Aquarians around me. I was dating an Aquarian. Um, like 5 of my friends were Aquarians, and I was like, holy smokes, they're just everywhere. And it's really funny because when I was younger and I was just learning about astrology and I was like kind of gauging the Aquarians around me, I was like, I really don't like their energy. And part of it is because like I'm so deep and feely, and my Aquarian buddies are like not. They'll cut a bitch like immediately. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I kind of feel a little special. Like they're giving me all this attention. Like I'm feeling really good. And then sometime around November, like they went full ghost mode. They ghosted me, Kindred. They ghosted me hard. And I was like, did I do something wrong? And then I was like, there's no way. It's like all of my friends that are Aquarians are like, I'll reach out to them and they just don't even respond. And I'm like, how am I supposed to gauge this? Because I'm feely. If I'm reaching out to you, I'm thinking about you. And if I'm thinking about you, I'm still reaching out to you like I'm thinking about you like in a psychic level, and they're just not on the same level as me. I would ghost you. I do get ghosted by men and women. It's fine. Anyways, I was like, I'm starting to feel a certain type of way about it. I'm starting to feel a certain type of way about this. Like, how do I do this? And then I was like, it's kind of coincidental. Maybe like all of these Aquarians are just going through it right now. And that's possible. And it's probably likely. Okay. Also kidding, you're too kind. Well, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and I get that. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and I understand that. I can be pretty repellent, uh, especially now, like with the truth that I'm like unabashedly sharing. Yeah. All right. Now let's talk about the core. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're like halfway through. All right. Let's talk about the core distortion in dating. Whom is everyone cup of tea? I know. I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I am probably very annoying and very repulsive to a lot of people. It's fine. It really is fine though. All right. So most people think that access equals connection, and that's just not true. Access and connection, access and depth are not the same. All right. With connection or depth, it's going to take a longer process to get deeper and become more involved with that person, where access is just immediately you meet somebody and it's an immediate, like, you immediately get access. Think like Tinder, Grinder, like those are two dating apps that are like immediately, because we've connected on these apps, now you have access to me and now we're gonna get whatever we're gunning for or whatever. Okay, those are the apps. Connection is a little bit more like, what are the other ones? eHarmony, I think. I can't remember. It's been a while since I did the review on the dating stuff, but eHarmony or Match, like, it's going to take a little bit more time, all right? That's the connection piece. It's just going to take a little bit more time. Maybe you spend a little bit more time in the chat on the DMs. Bumble, the same thing. Like Hinge, the same thing. I mean, even the names of Hinge and Bumble, like it just sounds like a revolving door. Bumbling about, like, oh, maybe I like you, maybe I don't. This, whatever. But for those that are looking, that want that connection, okay, that want that depth, access without depth is dissonance, like in your system. You can feel the dissonance and you can feel the no, because you're present in your body and you're like, this is definitely a no. This is definitely a no. And before I get entangled or intertwined, I need to put my boundary up and say, hey, look, like, I don't consent to this. Here's what I am available for. What do you think about that? Okay. And a lot of the times, like, even though you might want like friends, sometimes like women and men can't be friends in that, on that level, because there really is still this, like, unless your friends since like childhood, I think that would probably be the only other scenario that I would think would be. I guess that's not true. I have a lot of male friends in my community that I follow online, and it's not weird. Like, there's this, but because the foundation of the community, it's not weird because of that. Okay, like there's already shared values in that system. Like, oh, it's like, what the heck? Is my computer listening to me the whole time? My work computer? Okay. So access without depth is dissonance. There's going to be some, if the access is going to feel like shaky, or it's going to feel wrong, or it's going to feel like a signal in your body. If you're listening to what your body is telling you, it's going to feel like some sort of signal that's saying, hey, I don't like this, stop, don't do that, or whatever. All right. That's your nervous system telling you. That's your emotional system, like, connecting with you, like, this makes me uncomfortable, or I'm not willing to do that. Or maybe you've already, like, kind of panned it out. Like, if somebody has a certain sexual pace and they come at you with it and you're like, oh, kind of activated by it, and then you sit and you think about it, but I'm not really available for that, and you, like, basically say that, because that's really what's happening, I think, in these is there's this desire for access. So really gauge on like, where do you want to sit in that? All right. Mike's here. Hi, Mike. Chirp. All of my smoke alarms have, they're all battery powered. Like, they're filled. It drives me nuts, by the way. I was watching this video the other day and it was like every single smoke alarm in their home had to have been going off, because it was like, it wasn't chirp and then the normal amount of seconds and then chirp again. It was like chirp and then they would say like not even two sentences, and there would be another chirp. There was so many chirps. I was like, this is crazy. But you're funny. I do be having my bonnet. My friend got this for me. It's Oogie Boogie. And on the other side, it's all the little Oogie kids, the Boogie kids. Nothing wrong with that. All right. So, in this situation, if you're a man or a woman, like, you're present in your body, okay? Your body's response is going to be the tell-all, all right? It's going to tell you if you like it or not, okay? So when access comes to fast and you're in a little bit more of a, I'm searching for something deeper. I want pacing. I want presence. I want mutual awareness. I want, I want to see consistency. I want more of like what I'd like to see in the relationship to show up and show me that it's available. So when access comes to fast, you have this initial attraction, and that's fine to have initial attraction, all right? It's okay. I think lots of guys are cute. I think Oogie Boogie's cute. He's my Pookie. I think that lots of people are attractive, and I will tell them that. I'm like, wow, you're attractive. You've got beautiful eyes. You've got great hair. Like, there's nothing wrong with commenting on the attractiveness level of somebody, okay? So you might be initially attractive. Okay. But then if your body is like, oh, okay, I'm attracted to this person, and then they start talking to you, and then you have this contraction of, and it's subtle. It could be like, oh, I don't know that I really enjoy that. Or I don't know that I really like the way that they talk about whatever it is. Maybe they bring up their ex and they're just like, my ex was a narcissist. Red flag. That's a red flag to me. Red flag. Okay. But you're going to get a subtle contraction. All right. And it's going to be in your body if you're listening. And then it may take a little bit of time for you to like feel through that. Maybe there's a couple like scenario, like a couple moments where like, oh, that's a contraction and that was a contraction. And then if I'm going to like play out what they're wanting and how I align with it and you don't align, then the clarity is going to say, this is not it. This is not it. A second date is not going to happen. All right. So it can come that quickly. Now it does take time for for you to get to that point. If your nervous system is dysregulated, if there's other things that you're kind of working through, yeah, it might take a little time to develop, like, how do I show up and bring my boundaries and offer a little bit of my consent and then take some of my consent back. Mike's here. Mike's an Aquarian. He didn't leave me. He did not leave me. He wasn't one of them. Mike's a real one. I know, Kindred and Mike are famous. It's fun. It's fun. All right. So that is a body's response to when access comes on too fast, all right? When that happens. So you might initially be attracted to it. You might say, "Wow, this is my body is very activated." Like you can feel all of the nerves or the whatever's in your body just like popping off and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm kind of excited about this." And me, I get like super activated and then I'm just like, "Oh my gosh." Pour some tequila on it. All right. Now, so there's going to be a few different scenarios here, okay? So with high access, you might find yourself with a low attuned person. And what do I mean? Like they're not reading you. They're not hearing your boundary. They're not listening to you withdraw your consent. And with that high access, they'll feel a little bit rejected, like their ego took a hit. Even though, well, Mike, I might have to tell Mike it again, yes, but I know me and my tequila. Me and my champagne and me and my tequila. Love them both. But if there's this high demand for access and they have a low attunement, they're not going to be able to hear you say the things, even though it's very clear. All right? It's just not spelled out. They're going to feel rejected. It's going to be an ego hit. All right? And they're going to be like, but you gave me access to this level and now you're withdrawing it. I don't understand. Why? Explain it to me. It's like, I don't have to explain it to you. I already told you. Like, there's nothing to explain. And so they don't speak the same language. And it's like, you don't want to be with somebody that's not speaking the same language. I was with somebody that didn't speak my language for so many years, almost a decade of my life. And I don't recommend it, okay? Save yourself the heartache. Save yourself your own peace, okay? Like, I pay for my peace. I pay an extra $1,200 a month for my own peace. Like, I have no roommate. I'm just like, no. I will pay that's my half of the rent. I'll pay it all, like, for my own peace. I understand what I'm paying for and I'm fine with it. Like, I don't want to be in an upheaval. Cheers. I'm not drinking anything right now, you guys. All right. Now, somebody with moderate access, all right, there might be some potential there, all right? They're respectful. They're not pushing themselves on you, okay? They want to be physically close. They are making plans, but you're like, are you following through with it? Okay? You're under observation. We're giving you the 3-week window. And then if the 3-week window, at the end of that, I'm like, oh, okay, we'll give them a little bit more time. Let's see what happens. Under observation, okay? Somebody might have that energetic depth. And I thought it was really funny. I was like, what if I do meet a really highly attuned man and then, like, it's still a no and I have to reject? Like, that's definitely a test. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's going to be the next test that comes through is like, you meet the emotionally attuned and like you're vibing and you can see that both of you have that depth. And maybe there's still something there that's just like not clicking. All right. So you have that that going, that could happen. Very possible. Tea, are you drinking? Oh, water. My older brother just got engaged. He met with the jeweler and customized the ring himself. And did you know how hard it is to find a ruby? It took him 2 years because his girlfriend wanted something that, something. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Timeless. The ring is beautiful, though. Amazing. Look at that. Very much patience. It's giving patience. It's giving, like, he's listening. I know. Definite. Congratulations. So maybe you meet somebody with the energetic depth, okay? But maybe because of some other reasons that you might have unclear access, unclear presence. So it can still have this magnetic feeling, but may not be stable in the moment, okay? And that's just a situation that can happen, all right? And then you can also find people that have depth present, like you're connecting with them. You feel like it is a good situation, but there might be a lack of capacity, okay? Like they're not fully present in themselves. You may have depth there, but like it's missing some other pieces, okay? So we're just being really clear about all these situations, all right? Now, when you're dating, you need to determine like, do I want access or do I want depth, all right? We probably won't be going to the wedding because it will likely be in Jamaica. Aw. Try to go anyways. Sleep on the beach. Go and do the things. All right. So this is a standard. You can choose access or you can choose depth. For me, I'm a little bit more geared towards that depth. I want that the access is paced over time. All right. It's not immediate. So attraction is still allowed, interaction is still allowed, but access is only increasing because that demonstration of depth is there. Okay. Now, for me, in doing this, I had a huge inner masculine role upgrade. Remember, my inner masculine and my inner feminine were having, well, my inner feminine was doing this, and my inner masculine was probably sleeping at the wheel or whatever. But my inner feminine was like, no, 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 this is not okay. Don't do it. Don't do it. And so you really have to determine like, is your inner masculine going to allow the access, okay, and be sleep at the wheel and just like, instead of gatekeeping like it should be, protecting. All right. So I had a huge, because of these scenarios that I'm talking about, my inner masculine has had an upgrade. Because now I'm even a little bit more unabashed of how am I going to talk to people. Okay. It's going to be pause. There's definitely going to be a pause moment. Observe. People are going to come and ask you for all kinds of stuff, and they do, for all kinds of weird stuff. And people, like, I don't know. I just feel so vanilla in the things that I'm like wanting. I'm just like definitely whimsical, kindred. Definitely like fairy tale ending. Very much giving princess or queen energy here. So now I'm like, pause, observe, not yet. And I can see how my energy field, because of that, it kind of, what is the word? Repels just people that are not intentional, okay? Quickly. And it's not that they're necessarily negative people. They could be very nice, but my energy is going to repel quickly. And the people that stay in my energy field stand a little bit more of a chance because there's a depth to our relationship, okay? So the opposite of that, right? The inner masculine is like, let's see where this goes. I'm an adventurous person. Like, let's see where it goes. Where the inner feminine is like, no, like, quit. Quit it. No. And so if you're not listening to the inner feminine, and this is just for me, this is what's happening in here is a hologram of what's happening out in the external world. Okay? This is just a reflection of me. Even my relationship with Valentine, who you guys got to see his picture. Guys, my Valentine. He's so cute. Can you see him? Oh. Go away, infos. There we go. Look at my Valentine. My 1940s detective. He is also a reflection of me. All right? He cute. And yes, I do audibly talk to him, even though he probably can't hear me. Valentine, what the heck is going on around here? Let's see, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. Oh, yeah. It's past 6 months. So in the past 6 months, I've spent a lot of time in my own world here. It took me a minute to like be able to function because I was used to having my child here and like doing mom stuff. And now that I don't do that, now I'm just like, I've had this really fun experience in my own inner world. And it's pretty amazing, by the way. And so it's just funny. Like, I'll catch myself talking and just remarking and not even noticing like things going on around me. It's very interesting and fun. Okay. So, the sequence that you might be finding yourself in is this feel, then open, and then assess. All right. This is the inner masculine working. Feel, open, and then assess. All right. That opening is access. Okay, this feels like a good place to go. Now I'm going to open up and then I'm going to assess. Then I might pull back. All right. Now it's feel and then observe. So feel what's going on in here. Observe. Okay, what's going on out in, what's the consistency? What's going on out in the field? And then allow and then deepen. All right? Because that is the pacing structure. That is the deepening structure. Okay? So the final, because we're getting down to the end here, the final truth is we are not necessarily denying access, okay? It's not a complete denial of access. We're just making it earned through that attunement process. And this works for both men and women, okay? Men can be incredibly deep and still, like, because they want access, kind of push that aside because it's like, I want something now. I'm going to go talk to this girl because I want something now, okay? But he also needs to be attuned with himself because it's how you're going to resonate the right relationship. Unless you want that crazy bitch, and that's fine too. But just know, you might have to like cycle through a few psycho bitches to get to where you really want to be. Some people may not even get there. They just will just kind of sit in with that archetype. That's what they're drawing, because inside that's the relationship that they're experiencing on the inside. Okay, maybe they're used to that. Now, if we're moving towards attunement, and if you're watching this podcast, chances are you want personal mastery over yourself. And so attunement is like at the forefront of what you desire in your life. Okay, personal mastery. Then, yes, we're looking at, how am I accessing other women? Am I just accessing them because I can? Am I just gathering the phone numbers because I can? Am I taking them out on dates just because, like, I want to be around their energy? I mean, you can fill in the blank. Or do you truly want a deep relationship with somebody? Because if, as a man, that's what you're wanting in the first place, yeah, you will cycle through a lot of women until you find it, because it's rare. And it's not like, I'll say it's uncommon. It's not rare. It's uncommon in these dating apps. Doesn't necessarily mean it's not there. But you have to go through, it's like a small percentage of people are going to actually be that. I can't tell you how many people say emotionally mature, and then they read mine, which is like, be emotionally mature, my profile. I even changed I went off the deep end. I even changed some of my, like, questions, my prompts. But it's going to be it's a very long, drawn out process, okay? This is not a speed run. It kind of is in a way, because you're going to talk to some people and then no. Talk to some people and then no. And that process will get quick, because you'll know immediately. But then once you get hooked into the attunement, then yes, it will be. Attunement. Toot, toot, toot. All right. So, as women, we need to ask for that. I want it to be attuned, okay? And so men typically will rely on maybe their charm, maybe the speed of their interaction, maybe the physicality of their interaction. But as women, we're just filtering that out. I see you're really charming. Okay? I can see you're charming. I see that you're confident, you know what you want. Maybe a little bit cocky. Okay, well, now, because of our conversation, now we're going to go meet in person. Okay? When you're attuned and your meter is like going off and you're like, okay, nope, that's a no for me, these will get filtered out quickly. All right? We're not asking, do I like them? We're asking, are they going to meet me in my depth? Okay? Toot. All right. So can they meet me in my depth before we give each other access? Can we meet each other in depth? And it's very possible, very real. Okay? It's the romance, the rom-coms. This is the storyline. All right? So when we start asking these questions, it changes a lot. Whew. How long was it? An hour and a half? That's good. Drinking decaf coffee. Okay, so we pulled, or I pulled, the strength card again. I pulled it for last stream and now this stream. That's not it. Okay, strength. So for this, strength is that controlled, for this that we're talking about, controlled power in the presence of desire. All right. Maybe you don't want to be alone anymore and you just want somebody to be next to you. Okay. That's a little chaotic. We're being a little bit more intentional about this. So, in this situation, it can feel that's what happens when you drink decaf. You can feel attraction, you can feel chemistry and that sensual pull, but the strength here is we're not collapsing into it. And we want to collapse in certain ways, but we don't want to collapse and wreak havoc on our nervous system. We want it to be available to us, okay? We want our nervous system to be online because it's going to give us the most reasonable decision making. It's going to give us access to reason and logic and emotional regulation. Like, we're going to be in our higher mind. We're not going to be making some animal decisions. We're going to be making some high mind vibes, okay? So this looks like mastery over access, okay? We're going to be looking at access. They're asking for access. Am I going to let them through the door? And that's that inner masculine gatekeeper. And this is for men and women. Okay? And men, do be knocking on the doors, okay? Do be asking. If you're single and you want partnership, go out and ask. Like, ask for that. But be prepared also to do some of the things that I was talking about, of being present, pacing things, being attuned, because that's what's going to give a longer lasting relationship, okay? So this is not a mental restraint. This is how your body feels the pull, okay? This is where your nervous system is going to stay regulated. And a man's regulated nervous system is going to immediately, like, we, especially women, are so sensitive to energy. Not that men aren't, but women in particular just are, because of the way that our energy fields are. Like, we're just like these little receiving receptacle beings. Like, we're just pulling in all this energy. And so it's equally important for us to repel that energy as well, okay? So our nervous systems are staying regulated, and we can be, when we're around regulated people, like even just people in general, when you're around somebody that's regulated, you'll feel regulated. And I did a lot of research on this last year. If you have an unregulated boss and they're showcasing their dysregulation, okay, or even a parent that is dysregulated, it's going to dysregulate the children and the people engaged in that household. There's going to be dysregulation, okay? Now, so with our strength, we're going to be staying in our body. Our body's going to feel the pull. Our nervous systems are staying regulated so we can make good decisions, and we're not overriding any of those like feelings. We're not saying, oh my gosh, I have this contraction that popped up. You're not avoiding or not addressing that. You're definitely bringing it to the forefront. This is what I'm feeling right now. And now because of that, here's my boundary. Okay? That's how boundaries work. This is how I feel right now. because of this thing, now my body feels this way because you said that that man who blessed me with $100 that I ended up turning into $10,000, that he was probably regretting it. Like, saying that makes my nervous system feel off. All right. And because of that, like, I'm now watching it a little bit close, like observing you a little bit more, right? Maybe you don't even say that out loud, but that is the boundary. Because when you said that, I felt this, and now I'm going to be responding in this way. Okay? That's a boundary. Like, let's get used to that. So we're not overriding that. If you're not listening to that, you're overriding it. Okay? So last week I did talk about how typically this card has a woman and a lion on it. So the woman is that presence, that consciousness of being like in the situation. And the lion represents that raw force, the instinct, the emotion, okay? So that's really what's going on here. There's like a balance of energy here, and that's where the strength comes from, all right? And that's what we're working with. I guess not last week. It was on Tuesday. It's interesting, like when I do my own tarot like readings, I get a lot of the Wheel of Fortune, which is like timing and like almost this, I don't want to say fate, but just like chances. So I've been having a lot of fun doing readings. And when I got this deck, because I used to use my Labyrinth deck, but then I got this cute gold deck. It's a shadow deck, and it's been really intense, like super intense. I've learned a lot, and I can say it's very accurate, in a lot more accurate than my other deck was. Not that you're bad, but it's just has a really strong energy with it. All right. Well, I've been going over almost 2 hours now. I should probably pop off. I did do a short stream earlier today, and so I'll try and pop in a little bit more and do some of those like quick, maybe 10-minute streams or 5-minute streams, just because it's fun, and I have this whole list of things that just kind of pop into my head that are funny. I don't know if you guys enjoy that, but I was laughing so hard. I was laughing so hard. Kindred, if you missed it in my last stream, Mike was there. But this person, I'm assuming it was a lady, and I think it was Samantha, but I'm not sure. I've been saying it's Samantha. Just flat out, as I'm talking about, don't care about what people have people's opinions of you. Like, don't give an F, right? Like, who cares? They can have their opinions. People might not like me. It's fine. They might not like the way I look. They may not like the way I talk. They may not. Whatever. Who cares? And she comes in, and she goes, I hope Kindred's still here. And she goes, do I have a big head? I'm like, what? Just so random. And I've been watching a lot of Britney Spears, and so I just like lean in and I'm like, yeah, your head is huge. Or something like that. Hilarious. It was really funny. She did not like, I don't think she thought it was funny. But I was channeling my Britney, my inner Britney. Britney was so funny. She would just be like, Pepsi's Pepsi. I'd just be smacking her yum. She's so funny. I just love her. All right, well, I do have a stream posted for next week on Tuesday at 5:30. We're going to be talking about essence. And these streams that I've been doing are a kind of this unit one of a foundation that we're building this year. And so next we're going to be working, I think it's governance. I'll have to look again. So Essence is going to end it. So we talked about survival adaptation. We talked about sovereign interiority. And this access in depth one is just kind of a funsies that I did. I mean, it's still tied in, obviously, but this is a little bit more of a side quest that just came up in the energy field, and I felt it was valuable to speak on. So hopefully you got a lot out of it. So my next stream will kind of conclude this foundation that we're building, and then we'll move a little bit more into a structure-based topic. So we'll have 4 different topics of, I think, nervous system governance was one. Let me see if I can find it. I almost have my singing voice back. It's getting there. But it's like I straight up wrecked my vocal cords a few weeks ago. Oh yeah. So yeah, we're on foundation. Foundation. So we did the sovereign interiority. We're doing it out of thing. Yep, in the car, my diva moments. Actually, I got an e-bike and I've been singing on my e-bike. It's not the same because it's not like an enclosed space, but I'm just like in my own world, like. So the sovereign interiority was like, who is governing? Because somebody's at the wheel. Somebody or something is at the wheel. We got to figure that out. You got to figure that out for yourself. So who's governing that inner world? All right, who's driving? Essence is next week, and it's going to be a little bit more about who you are before the performance or before the, like, it's like who you are before like the world molded you a little bit, okay? So it's before any trauma, anything like that. So we're going to talk about that next week. And then we did survival adaptation the week before last week. And that was a little bit more to kind of set the pace for sovereign interiority. And then we did tidal multiplicity, because I think it's important that we recognize that we do have several identities, not multiple personalities, which I used to say that's what it was. It's not that. It's we all are multiplicitous in our being. Now, how we manage that, that's the other piece. And so that's kind of what we talked about there. So this is the foundation of your identity and your inner governance that we've been discussing. And that's kind of how I mapped out this year, is to kind of start with talking about these things. So the next, after Essence, the next area that we're going to talk about is structure, okay? It's going to be your nervous system governance. It's going to be clean energy exchange, okay? We're going to be talking about that spiritual bypass and not doing any bypassing, all right? So we're going to be addressing that avoidance. And then we're going to be talking a little bit about money and why that's important in structure, because that's an external sovereignty that we need to have addressed. And money is, I mean, there's all different kinds of money, but we're going to just be talking about that money energy that is kind of building you up and propping you, okay? And then we'll move into some other kind of cool topics that I had mapped out. So it's going to be more about direction, and then we'll talk about context. So once we get there, we're kind of discuss it. But for the next month, we're going to be talking about structure. Okay. So we're in Aries season right now. And happy future birthday, Kindred, whose birthday is on April 5. We're going to be meeting before then, but maybe we have an April 5 fun day for you, like we did for Mike on his birthday. That was fun. Let's see if I drink. Well, what is April 5? Is that Sunday? It is a Sunday. Oh, it is on Easter. I think you said that. I may be able to have a celebratory drink then. Yeah. All right. All right. Well, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is the Scholastic Intelligence Podcast. Please make sure, if you made it this far, I don't even think I mentioned it, to subscribe to the channel, like the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for chatting. I love that you're here. Shout out to, I don't know if Mr. Nargis is here, but Kindred and Mike, thank you for popping in, and my friend Rayana. I'm so glad to see you popping in as well. I will be live on, I think it's March 31st, whatever that Tuesday is. So I will see you next Tuesday. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Stay tuned. You're looking good. You're killing it. And have a great weekend. Bye.